Okay, so I'm just getting a really quick message through in that this whole thing with religion and God and higher power and creator and spirit and the elements and the universe, like, it doesn't matter. And people, I find it quite hard to hear people judging each other about the faith that they have, because at the end of the day, the point is to have faith, isn't it? Like, one God is going to look different to another person's view and perspective of God. So if someone says to me, well, you don't believe in God, well, I'm not going to believe in your version of it, am I? Because I'm a different person. There's a completely different interpretation of a higher power. Like, yes, I believe we create our own reality, but in my physical mind, I can't quite comprehend that I would have the power to create all the beautiful abundance of nature, because it's just there. It's created by something bigger than me. Or I am the universe, I am God within, just like everybody else. We are God and goddesses. And so it's not really an external, oh gosh, the words have gone. There's no separation. It's just all higher consciousness, just an awareness of just energy. And so it is really difficult that people place this division on how one person might view religion and how another person and someone's idea of God should be the same as another person. Well, nothing's ever going to be the same across anybody, because we're all different. Yes, unity consciousness is increasing right now, and the kinetic, energetic transfers between people that we spend time with is actually quite strong and a little bit overwhelming for me in this moment in time. Maybe it's just the lead up to the full moon, where I feel this one is going to proper clear some shit out. So sometimes we just need to breathe, and we need to, for me, that's coming back to the elements. If someone wants to pray to God, that's cool. I pray. The word prayer, it doesn't scare me. I think a lot of people think it's just a religious thing. Like, for me, prayer is it's words. So I believe in the divine, a higher power, something that's just divinity. And when I pray, when I use words silently or speaking out loud for a stronger manifestation, it doesn't have to be the same way that people interpret it, Bible related or not. We continue to divide with these interpretations of things being, we should have the same view of it. It doesn't mean I'm any less of a person because I don't believe in the God that you believe in. I believe in myself, and I believe in powers that I connect with, which I do not tell anybody who I connect with. And it's not about praying to a higher deity or whatever. It's whoever decides to connect with me and entice my energy in the light realm, and I'm obviously connected to the dark, we all are, then I go with that. It changes daily, it's cyclical, like everything is in constant vibration. So as we move out of the full moon and go into the new moon, or the waxing and the waning gibbous moons, who we pray to, the energies that we connect with for our highest good, they're going to change, they're going to shift. Nothing is constant for me, and I find it quite archaic and sad that people will be like, you don't believe in God, therefore you're a lower. It's just looking down on someone. It's like as if I don't have the same value as that person in the world. And I just find that perspective very limiting, and I don't place limits on myself. I'm a limitless, unlimited being. I can do what I want at any time I want, whenever I want, however I want, just like we all can if we claim that power. And I'm not out here living in La La Land. We all know that money is part of the physical realm exchange, although things will change in time. As we move into the age of Aquarius, and energetic exchange and manifestations are happening very fast right now. And Anyway, I don't want to sound preachy. I'm not a preacher. All of this stuff just comes through to me and I share it. It's just there's so much judgment around. And it's such a low vibration, because really if we exist in a love vibration, I use the analogy, people probably hear me talk about it and bored with it by now. But it's like the volume dial on a stereo, like low or high. It can't be the same. It can't be on at the same time. And I exist in a love vibration. And I accept what comes my way or not. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, I want to punch someone sometimes. I don't act on those emotions. I acknowledge them, and I'm very happy to be vocal about it, because I do believe this is authentic living. I do believe women, just like men, experience all of this stuff, and it's not bad for anybody to be experiencing anger and frustration and things, especially with what we're all moving through at the minute. It's immense. The energy is off the charts at the minute, and it's so important that we all stay grounded. And for me, I believe in the elements and the elementals, because it's where I get my power from myself, but that's my view of reality, is the nature. Nature is the number one law. Creator, divinity is number one law, however we want to interpret that. For me, in this moment in time, I've got to be with my fire, earth, air, water, and in prayer, connection to higher realms, and manifesting and releasing. Releasing is a very, very, very big part of this full moon. Huge part. We're at the midway point. Obviously, we've just gone through solstice, so it's like the midway point of this year. And yeah, like, we know time's irrelevant. Every day we just start again. It's like we wake up. It's a simulation. We wake up, we do what we can while the light's there. When the light goes, we don't. The elements will affect how we move through that time available to us when the light is there and when the light is not there. It's the elements. Everything comes back to nature. It's not like we can be out and about prancing. Well, I do like a dance in the rain, but if it's raining outside, we're not going to be sitting having a picnic outside. Determined by elements, water, spirit, nature. So that is why I believe we'll just have a different version of someone else's God. So all it is words. Words skew things up, and sometimes that's why we've got to shut up. I mean, I channel a lot. I chat a lot of shit when I'm around people, because I get excited to share, and also sometimes I have messages for people. For some reason, I'm a messenger. When I'm not with people, obviously, I do talk to myself, because a lot of stuff comes through me, and that's how I release and not hold it all within. Like, otherwise I'm going to start to gather all of this energy, and it will become stagnant if I'm not releasing it. And also there's a time for silence, conserving energy. Talking expels, which is the right word, forgotten, doesn't matter, but talking does a lot. So for me, there are times that I talk, there are times that I don't talk. When I've got something to say, when I have, I guess, something that I don't want to, not say give up on, but when my heart's involved, I would always like to express that. And you give it a couple of tries, and if it doesn't work, love, job, work, friendship, intention, like, I'm not going to keep going around trying to be friends with someone if they keep shutting me down, am I? Like, if I don't vibe with someone, if our conversation isn't flowing, if there's no balance of masculine and feminine energies, if there is no connection to the other being just as equal as you, it's respect. If that is not present, what am I going to sit and do? Sit around and keep banging my head against the brick wall, or move on? No, we move how we've got to move. Crying and communication and anyway, these things all help the healing process, and then we get over it, and then we have another nice phase, and then everything's so cyclical. We know it by now. We know our patterns and we know our rhythms, and yeah, just really trust that everybody's like enjoying all of this energy as well, because yes, there's some shit being cleared and it's darkness, and it's been very heavy for me recently, But it's also been light in so many ways, because I've never lived as this woman before. It's the first time, like today is obviously the first